finally, Dr. Ragendhu Gopan. How are you feeling? And you passed. You were worrying
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, yes, Devi. Feeling so happy. And yeah, I'm feeling very grateful to God. It's
Yeah, you
finally,
said you everything is on God, but you know what? It's your hard work, your consistency. Every day you used to wake up, you used to study late nights. I think everything just, it's that effect. It just adds on, and
yeah,
definitely.
yes, the people who advised me, my parents' prayer, people who stood by me when I'm sad or when I don't feel like study. This belongs to them also. And yes, I did work hard. I can say that now, because in the last interview I was a bit skeptical in saying
Not
that
even about passing, but you scored like a whooping score of, tell by your
221.
own, 221, right? And that's huge. That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
huge. Seriously. So the amount of hard work, whatever you did, now you need to spill the beans because in last video you were like really skeptical. Should I even say anything? But once I get that, oh, I passed. Now you can say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Didi, because it was like everyone was following one institute, their schedule and all. So for me, I made my own schedule. So I did not know whether जो भी मैंने किया है वो सही है या नहीं. So I wanted the results to come to say कि हाँ I did it and that path was right. So that's why I said after the results, I'll tell. My strategy was I started November 15th of 2023. I started like before that we used to study jo bhi whatever they are teaching in college we used to study. But yeah, but for FMG I started from November 15th, I remember. And then it was all over the place, Didi. Like I used to study this subject. I am like, okay, I studied. Now I'll close the notes and go. Then when I'll come back after 1 month, I don't remember that subject. So I did not know how much revision was important or what I need to do. I did not know anything. So November, December of 2023, I was just discovering what I should do and stuff. And then I gave a GT also. So the thing I think what helped me is I wrote down everything. I have the book with me, and I feel so grateful. Ki many I kept a memory. Like my first GT score was 126. I wrote from Prep Ladder. So I was so happy. So happy means I don't know. I was not able to sleep. I called my mother. It was 5:30 in China. So I called her and I said, Ma, I just need 30 marks to pass exam. That is what I said her. And she was very happy. We both were celebrating as if we passed FMG. And then I wrote my second GT. I got 156. So I told my mother, "Ma, मैंने pass हो गया. I passed FMG." I did not know what FMG was, what my preparation is. So that was baby steps, 126, 156 and stuff. Then I started watching, like we used to have during internship days, we used to have these postings for one month each, OBGY 1 month. So what I used to do is for 1 month I used to watch OBG videos only, OBGY videos only. And then I used to watch this previous year's paper discussion. And then I enjoyed studying actually during that time. Not even now. So it was nice, Didi, because there was no restrictions and all. I did not have a time limit. I just had to study. So I used to watch one video at 1x only. I did not put it 1.5 and all. So it was pleasure watching those videos. And by the time I came back, then I happened to see your videos. I attended your sessions. And I understood which all are my weak subjects. Like my subject biochemistry was weak, my microbiology was weak. So I attended your classes, Dr. Narendra's classes. So I got an idea, okay, I should, these are the subjects I should work on. My first paper was very bad. That is what I understood. I understood clinicals, so I'll do something. But my preclinicals was bad. So I had an idea before coming back. from China, and I think you should have an idea whether you're going for a offline classes or online class before coming back. And you, in your interviews and when you guided me in the classes and all, you told online classes worked for you because you're not
Yeah.
a long hour studying. You cannot study for such a long time and all, you told in that
Yeah.
class. So I also felt like I'm not a person who can sit for 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. I can't
Yeah.
because
And
5 hours.
yeah.
Yeah, so that is what I got from your side. So I felt like, okay, I'll take cerebellum. So before coming from China, I almost completed 10 to 12 subjects. So my 10 to
Wow.
12 subjects were done. But this is the thing, Didi, I don't remember those subjects. Like I studied and I left. But
Yeah.
uh, but what I did was, after coming to India, I did not change the source. I did not change the notebooks. Even though I took subscription from Cerebellum, I followed I studied PSM from Neha ma'am. I studied OBGY from Prasanna with sir.
Mhm.
I followed the same notes and the same content. So I think that worked for me because I know this left side page, on this side PPH is there. On the right side page, twin pregnancy is there. So I know what comes after that. It's not like I'm reading a new book. So that worked for me. I was very doubtful whether I should follow this or that. And then I felt like, okay, you try your way, you try your pattern. If it works, it's good. I came back from China on June 15th, sorry, June 30th, and 15 days I took a break. And on July 14th, I went to hostel, and July 15th, I started my preparation. I'm so clear about the dates because before coming from China, I was very sure these are the dates I'm going to start my preparation on. I wrote it and I came. I told my mother I'll go on 14th to the hostel. I'll have a good night of sleep, and the next morning I'll start. And with God's grace, I did that. And then I was sure from July 15 to July 30, I'll complete PSM and Gynec, and I'll watch the main videos. And I did watch the main videos, but it was my second round of revision. Like I watched already the main videos from China. So I was watching it as 1.5x or 2x. I was watching, and I completed both the subjects by July 30th, both OBGY and PSM. Then I went to surgery. Surgery was a thing because surgery I studied from you as well as from Dr. Omkar sir's YouTube video. So I wanted to do the main videos, but I did not have time also. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, from where will I do the main videos from? So I did from I saw your recorded videos again from the
Class.
bracket group. Yeah,
Yeah.
that group, and then I watched Marrow RR videos also of Sir. So that was big notes, Didi. So I
Yeah.
did somehow surgery. That was really big notes. Somehow I completed all the first revision. My target was, I think, on September 30th or something to complete. I finished September 15th or something. I completed the first revision. September, or yeah, September, I guess. I completed. Then I called Dr. Narendra. I didn't call, I messaged him. I said, sir, I completed. I don't know what to do next because again, I have big notes and stuff. And he said one thing, it worked like anything for me. He told, you make concise notes of each subject. So what I did was, during my second revision, I made a 20th notebook of each subject. So for surgery, I made a 20th notebook of 20 pages. That's it. Then for physiology, 10, gynec was 10. I concised all the information into those 10, 15 pages. It was like I used to write, like I used to divide one paper into two parts, and then I'll write on both the sides. So it was effectively 4 pages, but I compiled it into two. So like that. And then on, I only revised that thing till January 12th. I only revised that 20th book because I felt it had everything that I needed to know. So I did not make a 20th notebook for pharma, anatomy, pharma and anatomy I did not make because Goga sir's video, I just loved his video. And I could revise pharma in a day, that book, during my
Hmm.
second revision. So I felt if I could revise that in one day, I can revise it in 5 hours or something in my third revision. Then I can do for 2 hours. And that worked. Like pharma, in the last revision, I was able to revise pharma in 1 hour because I know that pages very well.
Yeah.
So it worked for me. And Goga says,
Yeah. He is
yeah,
amazing, man. Whatever he teaches in such a fun way that you
correct.
just understand pharmacology. He can make you understand pharmacology. That is huge. He's
Correct.
like, yeah.
Correct. And yes, Didi, I don't know anything outside that book. I don't know pharmacology, anything. You're asking me some other drug, I'll say I don't know. Because
I
what is
don't
there
know.
in that
Goga
book?
sir didn't teach this one.
Yeah, yeah. And if anyone is telling something else, I'll say that's not important because that's not there in my book. That was my thing. And what I felt is, Didi, obviously when I'm writing GTs or something, there will be new informations which I feel very important. I'll write in my 20th notebook. Otherwise, I did not make much changes in that 20th book. Like 20, my mother, when she used to pick me up from the hostel after vacating, she cared more about that 20 files. She said, okay, baki sab, if that something happens to all other stuff also, it's fine. Nothing should happen to this because she knows I value it more than, because if anything water spill on that or whatever happens, I won't be able to write the exam because everything is there in that. My preparation is there in that 20 files that I made, and it worked for me. It really worked for me. I after writing the exam, I was thanking myself ki I dedicated 4 days for making that surgery 20th notebook, 2 days for physiology. I was doubting myself, Ragendhu, are you doing it correct? Are you doing it like in a good way? Or like, will it work? I had self doubts, but it worked. So yeah, and all the other institutes were doing their first revision, and I completed my first revision and went to my second. And by the time January 12th, I completed 7 revisions or something. I can say that now. Confidently, I can say I completed 7 revisions. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I completed 7 revisions because by December I was into my fifth or sixth revision. So yeah, like without the mentors, without God's grace,
So proud of you, man. Like,
I was able to revise that 7 revisions because I only revised my 20th notebooks. I
yeah.
revised my 20th notebook multiple times. Like एक बार मैंने physiology का वो 10 paper I studied. I'll consider that as a revision. It's not like I'm studying.
Definitely. मतलब तुमने सब कुछ अपने
हाँ,
मेन में से वो किया, that actually means that you are revising the main notes, because
yeah,
maybe a paragraph you concised into one sentence, and by that one sentence you will recall that paragraph. So yeah, what you did was absolutely miraculous, and this concept is a new thing. Like, you know what you did,
yeah,
19 subjects, 19 books. I mean,
yeah.
that is new, and I think like if other students follow this, it will be game changer for them as well.
I got this idea from Dr. Narendra only. He only told me कि बेटा तुमसे ये जो 400 pages का notebook है वो revise नहीं हो पाएगा. So you make a notebook. So I felt like, okay, why should I make only for surgery? I can make it for all the subjects so that it will help me. Yeah, even for pediatrics I made. Even for all the subjects I made. All the 19 subjects other than anatomy and pharma I made because anatomy we have so many pictures now, Didi, so we cannot
Yeah.
make that. So yeah, and it worked for me. And biochemistry, I made a 20th notebook, but better than that, Dr. Narendra's note during his class, I wrote some notes. So I made that into a 28 notebook. So I added some informations into that. I made it into a PDF and stuff. So I made that a 28 notebook. So I had, so that was my strategy. And I had goals specifically, like in I used to write when when I'll give the next GT, and before that after that GT, if I have a good mark, I'll give a treat to myself. So all these things work for me, because for that treat I used to write the exam nicely, because there was no one to motivate me, like not to motivate, like in the sense no one was there to push me to write an exam. My mother was like, okay, you do what you can, it's not like you have to do it. So to motivate myself, I used to write these GTs, and GTs were very depressing in the starting few months, because I thought I studied everything and I'll score 200 and above, like that. But because I started my preparation early, Didi, but my score was 170, 175, like that. So I was really worried. Okay, if I'm getting a GT score 170, then my actual marks can be below 150 also. It's like plus minus 20, right?
Yeah.
So I was very skeptical. Okay, what will happen, like that. Then from 180, then I had a jump to 196 or something. I can check and tell. I wrote that well with dates.
You have
Uh,
your whole journey.
yeah,
You have your
yeah.
whole journey.
Yeah, I used to really like this work for me, because after some time we don't remember how our GTs was. So I wrote like this. My the score was 174, and I wrote my next target is 190, and next I got 194 on Marrow, and then I wrote I am happy because I worked. So then we again forgot, right? Then I got my Marrow GTS 178. So again I dropped from 194, I dropped to 178. But I wrote, I wrote like this. The GT was very tough. My percentile is very good. That is 97. So don't worry, Ragendhu. This is what I wrote. So when I'm seeing, okay, array maine to kiya. Then I jumped to 234. That was my next GT score. Yeah. So I wrote, I am happy. Then again, I got like this is in different platforms. So like you, when I told, when I asked you for any
Yeah.
advice, you used to say, I used to write from all the platforms, and I followed that. I wrote from all the platforms, and irrespective of the years also, Didi, like Cerebellum to
Yeah.
GT, I followed till 2023, your GTs and all I wrote. I just went on writing GTs. That's why last
Yeah, yeah.
interview
Whatever
you,
GTs you get, the free GTs, and it's free,
yeah,
no? So many platforms are there,
huh,
free. And did you notice Marrow ones are different, Prep ones are different, Cerebellum ones are different, and I think Prep ones जो champ की होती है बड़ी बड़ी,
can,
you know,
huh,
वैसे
huh,
टाइप के आते हैं in FMG
correct,
also. It was like
correct.
difficult language,
Difficult
difficult.
language.
So yeah, that
Yeah,
really helps a lot.
yeah. And I followed your advice. I gave GTs, free GTs, whatever. Like I went on to give Marrow GTs. I went on to give till 2021 or something. And then a pattern change happened. Like all the 300 questions were there in one set. That kind of a pattern was there in 2021 or 2022. From that onwards, I did not give, because 300 questions I was not able to sit at a one stretch. So I
Yeah.
stopped till that. So before that, I used I gave all the GTs in Marrow. So and in all the platforms, once my score was 200, stable 200, I was happy. Okay, in all the platforms, prep, cerebellum, prep in that champions prep, I got 197, and then 200 I got two. Yeah. So that time I was happy. And then the same time, cerebellum also I got 207, and marrow I got 211. So I understood, okay, my mark is in the range of 200, 190 to 200 is my mark range, and I was happy. And then I was not complaining. I was like, okay, this is enough. And then I still remember the last line that I wrote is, keep the same mark as Ragendhu, don't drop. That's it. I did not expect anything. Uh, I did not pray to God anything above 200. I was like, okay, 200. That's it. That's enough. And then I wrote a separate column for last month GTs, and that was everything about 200, 208, 226, 221. So that was like cerebellum, arise GT was there, and prepladder GT was there. So it was going to 226 and there. Then I tried giving a missed GT also, but that went terrible. Like I was only able to attempt 50 questions or something, and I got a very terrible mark because it was tried to give that on ninth or something, ninth or sixth. I was so
Mm-hmm.
like it didn't work the way, and thank God I was only able to attempt only 50 questions. So yeah, so my GTs helped me to analyze myself, and as Dr. Narendra told, I kept a book for writing all the mistakes. You used to tell, na, write your mistakes, and then I used to review it also. But I was not able to review that properly till the end. But yeah, so this is what I followed, Didi. I kept goals and I achieved those goals. Second revision, third revision, I kept goals. And every time 15 days pehle se my goal used to be achieved. Like if my second revision was to be completed at September 30, September 15th, I used to complete it.
Wow.
So I used to take 1 day leave on the next day, and then I used to prepare again. So my goals, it worked. Yeah.
They motivated you, they push you forward, and I think you yourself push you. You
Yeah.
yourself were
I
like
like to set goals.
invincible force.
I like to set goals like tomorrow ye karna hai. This I made a reel also and posted on my Instagram of about my reel, about my goal. Like I used to plan every day what I want to do tomorrow. So every day night when I'm striking that, okay, I saw the anatomy video, I saw this, I that was so satisfying because I felt like I did something. I did not waste time. And when I'm saying this also, I need to clarify that all days were not productive for me, and all days were not the same. And as I told now, Didi, I started early and I completed the third revision. Yeah, I was into my fourth revision in November, so I felt exhausted. So many of my friends, not from my university, but other university, we have this groups and all in Telegram and all. They started their journey in full fledged from October last and November starting. So when the groups were flooded with messages, I was exhausted. So I used to tell my mother, Ma, I think it's not working for me because what to say, I felt like, what will I study now? Am I doing the correct thing? How can I be, how come I completed so many subjects and many people are not? So I did something wrong. I'm not following a app completely. So all these were my doubts. I'm not following a teacher's strategy completely. I'm not following anyone said, like every app will have their own timetable. Na? I'm not
Yeah.
following that. How come I am thinking in my head, I completed my third revision. Is it correct? Did I really complete my third revision, or I'm just dreaming and thinking, is my 20th notebook enough? All these doubts were there, and by November, I was exhausted. I still remember November 20th to 24th were the worst days of my life during this entire preparation, because I was 20th to 24th, I was not able to study. Like I used to study just 5 hours, 4 hours, or even less than that. Was not able to study. And then 24th and 25, I took a break. November 24th and 25th, I took a break. And 26th, I restarted. I'm like, okay, whatever it is, let's see in the other side. Uh, you follow your strategy because you cannot change that now. It's
Yeah.
almost November. You already made a plan for December also. So you follow your plan, Ragendhu. Whatever is happening, we'll see that. That's what I told myself. And whenever I feel motivated, I used to prepare speeches of my interview in front of mirror.
I used to do that too.
I heard from
Oh,
I heard from you only that you used to prepare that, and it worked, Didi. It worked.
it works. It works.
Manifestations do work. Do
They
work.
do.
Yeah, and that
I,
works for me.
I also told you I used to visualize my result. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
passed! And
yeah.
that
You told
expression.
that you used to visualize money when you were there in Russia, like you are getting money and you did part-time job. You told, na?
Yeah,
Yeah, you told in the class that time. So I understood. Okay, that's when I heard about the word visual manifestation, and whatever you're trying to visualize at night will happen
yeah.
eventually. So before sleep, I used to manifest. Okay, I'm passing FMG, and whatever things I need in life, I used to manifest, and I started writing it down. Also, this is what I need. So that is what I did in this GTs also. I'm happy, and this is the next score that I need, and it worked. From
It works.
from 126 to one 200 221, and yeah, my last score was 221, and it really happened. That's my score. This is my 221, and I got the same mark. I was telling my mother, it's surreal. I can't believe it happened. My last GT score was 221,
Oh,
and
super.
yeah, I can't believe the things that I manifested did work. It's all God's grace. I didn't expect such marks, but it worked. So yeah, my
So a
journey.
lot of takeaways from your strategy. Like one of the best points I felt that you concised each and every subject. That and then of course GT. There are many people who, like you said, the earlier months were very dreadful and you didn't like giving that that experience because that makes you uncomfortable, right? But after
Correct.
a while, that was the thing that helped you the most. For me also, I think solving MCQs, GT, because that is the time when we understand कि ये इनफ है नहीं है टॉपिक्स हमें समझ में आ रहे हैं नहीं है सो गिविंग जीटीज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट आई हैव बीन सेइंग दिस and from Raghendu you can understand that what comprising each and every subject will work wonders. If it worked for her, definitely it will work for you. Not everyone is same, but I think this will work. I
Yeah.
think this will
Yes,
work
Didi.
for almost
Yeah.
everyone.
My 20th book for a subject won't be your 20th book. Like it will be different, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
what I need to, like, in my physiology book, on the left side, the left shift curve and right shift curve, I wrote it very small, because I know that concept well. So for me, that receptors and all, I wrote in a big, like I wrote all the explanation, because I am not good with the receptors and all. So some people will have a good command over a particular subject or some topics. So everyone's 20th notebook won't be the same, and it should not be the same also, because everyone has their great topics and topics that they are very bad at. So I think making handwritten notes also works well, because we'll remember that. And I think during your
Yeah.
second revision is the best time, because in the first revision we are just studying things. First read, and in this second time you will know, okay, this is important, this is not that important. And from Goga sir, I need to I got a what to say, a revelation from his class, that common things are asked commonly. Study that. Because before that I was running behind, this may come, this is a very tough topic. Why running behind
Hmm.
tough topic? We can always go behind common things that are asked very commonly and score a good mark. Because I studied common things repeatedly. I did not do anything extraordinary, just repeatedly revising my same notes. That's how, with God's grace, I got this. So, yeah.
221, guys.
Yes, please.
Huge,
Yes.
huge. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spilling your beans. And
Yeah.
I hope everyone passes. And everyone will. If you work, I think it's going to get paid one way or other,
Correct.
And do you have any message, for people who are very disheartened and feeling sad right now that itna
Yeah.
mehnat kiya, but 149 or maybe 148, stuck in between 140 to 150 ke beech mein.
Yeah.
What would
Didi,
be your message for them?
I think those people have knowledge better than anyone, because everyone's knowledge is the same. It may be that day the luck didn't favor them. Bus. That's it. It's not like uh, uh, other people studied better than them. Nothing. It's just a phase, and it will get better. Maybe they got a 149 this time, for them to become a national topper next year. So I see it that way. And I have friends who are stuck in a very small scores, and I'm pretty sure they are gonna be in the toppers list next time. I'm pretty sure about them, because they studied with same intensity that we all did, all our friends. So what I feel is, uh, yeah, we will feel disheartened. We all will feel sad. Even I am feeling bad for those people. But it's for them, their good, that something like this happened, because for them to become a topper next time. So yes, that's
Perfect,
what.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all believe in you guys. Now is not the time to be depressed, because
Yeah.
आई थिंक किसी के भी पेरेंट्स ने इतना पैसा इतना एनर्जी आप लोगों को अभी डिप्रेशन में डालने के लिए तो नहीं लिया होगा. सो टेक थिंग्स इन योर हैंड एंड जस्ट कीप गोइंग. यू आर गोइंग टू बी
Yeah.
टॉपर्स. या.
Correct.
एंड
And
डेफिनेटली आई थिंक.
yeah, and obviously you can anytime contact you, as well as all the other doctors in the group that
Yes.
we have. So I think mentors do play a very important role in passing FMG. It does. Whoever says it doesn't, I think they don't know the importance, because
Yeah.
there are some things that only people who wrote FMG, um, uh, or those who passed FMG, both are correct, because even though if a person wrote FMG 3 times, he knows better. He know what kind
Yeah.
of a question is coming. Or a person who passed FMG, like you, Dr. Narendra, you people can guide us better. So it's very important to have a good mentor, uh, who doesn't boast about themselves, but they should tell us, like a sister or like a friend. They should advise us, this is good, you should do this, I did this. So we need people who can support us, who can just tell us what is right, what is wrong. So yes, mentors do play a great role, because we are not perfect, and all the 19 subjects we can't be perfect too. So we
Yeah.
need some people who can tell us which platform to follow, what to do at that point of time. So after a second revision, what to do? After giving a GT, if my scores are good or bad, what should I do? So yes, mentors do, and choosing the mentors wisely is also very
Yeah.
important.
That is true.